Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? How y'all doing? Y'all already know what time it is. Welcome to GameStar Radio Live, the weekly video game news podcast. I am your host, broadcasting this power signal from my secret lair to you, the demon of Savage Park by Night Problem. I hope you guys are doing okay today. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I definitely did. And now we're back. We're here. I'm sorry. I apologize. I know I've fucking been gone. I don't know what to tell you. I'm crazy. Life been life. My apologies. But we are here. We're back. And I'm glad to be here. I don't know what the man. Look, it's been a very hectic. It's been a very hectic couple of weeks of us just sitting here trying to figure out what we're doing over here. Moving the show around, trying to do certain things in a certain way. Just in general, just trying to make sure that everything been very exhausting and tiresome. And I hope that you guys, for the lack of a better word, are enjoying what we've put out here. Really hard and difficult, constantly craft and cultivate. So I am a one fan. I get bits and pieces of news, other sources. Sometimes the home I share this and also. So thank y'all so much for being here and supporting everything that I'm doing here on the channel. I know sometimes I'm not very transparent. I know our socials sometimes are very silent, and I do apologize for again. I can only thank you guys so genuinely mean. What have I done since the last time we've met? Oh, I beat Resident Evil Requiem last time we were here. Fucking masterpiece. That right at this moment, Resident Evil Requiem sitting pantheon of being the game of the year for me. Um, it is a perfect blending of both the horror elements that came to make the Resident Evil franchise famous, and the action that they tried to cultivate with 5 and 6. 6 not so 4 and 5 specifically. It was like they took both of those very much so harken of 7, 7 Biohazard, very much so that stuff. While Leon's section very Resident he's older, he's still turf action movie. I'm not gonna get into spoiler territory. The crazy shit that happens like happens in the city, which fans there's some fans feel one way, some fans wonderful game. There are some things I wish were different. I wish there were some things that, of course, like any game could have possibly been improved better. But overall, I love that game. I think it's the best game that I've played so far this year. I'm looking for other things, but yeah, I beat that game. That was great. Also, I'm still playing. I'm playing Marathon. I've been playing Marathon all month. Marathon is addictive as fuck. I've been playing mostly with Shay and Reyna. Um, Marathon is very good. Bungie has crafted a beautiful masterpiece that game between the way the loop of map doing contracts, management, board of it all. Game almost punishes you for not risking your out there. Yes, they do have like Arc Raiders. They system sponsor kits which allow you to have like a free one that's like basic minimum shit, barest of minimal shit. Like I mean the barest of minimal deals, all that. And they have like some upgraded sponsor kits that you can get, but like they essentially like if you don't have the gear necessarily in your vault, but money, the in-game currency to buy it, you can buy an upgraded sponsor weapons, heals, and stuff or whatever. Better opportunity to actually survive when you all the maps are holistically premier, like the staging game, like game very okay, go in the perimeter, you're learning the system game, you're getting dire marshes when you how to master these map. They don't fuck around on dire marsh. Outpost is kind of like the beginning, it's like the end game. You go to Outpost, that is where it is a horrifying place, environmental hazard, a vertical map, some of the best loot game. Free end game is dangerous place. Go in there and you come up off of some satisfying. Of course, we can't talk about Marathon. I'll talk about the Cryo Archive, which is their end game. Goes live at the beginning. It was supposed to be like only just the weekend, but then they kind of extended it some and changed it because they had like an overlap between that and ranked. So now, as of right now, Cryo Archive is closed and ranked is live. Ranked runs from one time Eastern Wednesdays. I'm sorry, on Sundays, 1 p.m. Thursday Eastern time, and at 1 p.m. on Thursday Eastern time, it goes. Our archive opens up. The idea is essentially like from Sunday at 1 p.m. to Thursday at 1 p.m. Kind of want to build your loot, go win things, and like building loot. Then on Thursday, hopefully, good enough and have the requirements to go on Cryo Archive and try to get the best loot in the game. Labyrinth task, get crannies, corridors, a very Destiny Raidish thing is laid out. When there, even if you don't like the whole thing where you're locking the vault, try to fight the end of it, and just go in to get out. But like, manage to go in there and come off with some nice shit. All right, it's some of the best end game experience I've yet to extract successfully, but I've been having a blast playing that game. Um, other than that, I've been trying to tackle my backlog. For those of you who are my Discord, you guys have seen very much so a lot of the stuff that I've been kind of like moving, playing things often. I want to really clear out my backlog. Some games that you able like right now. I started Persona 3 Reload, which I purchased many moons ago. I purchased that game, never started it. And a Persona 5, finished that. I have tons of other games that I've started but have not gone back to. Ghost of Tsushima has gone, and I still haven't finished it. I'm like in the middle somewhere of the game. I think I'm the hardest difficulty out the gate. So I like there's a lot of stuff that I would like to play, but like for streaming purposes, I really force me to games on the backlog that I would play so I can get them done. And essentially, you know, money's worth. That's kind of been what I've been doing. Tackling my backlog, playing marathon. It's been fun. It's been a good, really good couple of weeks. Um, thank y'all so much for once again joining me for the show. I know, like I said at the beginning, we have not been live for about 3 weeks now. Most of that has been one week was because I genuinely had something. I had another engagement that I actually needed to be a part of, and beyond that, it's been thing after thing after thing coming up, kind of like real life outside of this takes precedent. So thank y'all for being so patient. I know it's not always what you want to hear, but um get down to in the event that you guys do not know what this is and have been gone for way too long, this is Game Start Radio Live. It is your weekly video game news podcast that we do every Sunday right here on this channel. That's twitch.tv/Game Start Radio. We're doing it earlier today. Surprise. Now, if you missed the stream or it's too late for you, that's not a problem. Head on over to youtube.com/@GameStartRadio where you can find this episode in its full raw form, the audio version on Spotify and Apple Podcasts following Tuesday. Thank you so much for your service. I appreciate your support. Time to get down to the news. We have a nice chunk of news. Well, let me be clear. We don't have a lot of news to covering, but we are going to be covering some things. Some things are stuff that has been like a couple of weeks old because we haven't. Wow, I would like to talk. Talk about the Xbox partner preview that happened 26th of March. This is coming directly from the this is coming directly from the Xbox Wire. They announced a couple of games. One game they announced was Alien Death Storm. It's new from Rebellion, who came behind Atomfall and Sniper Elite. Atomfall, a very good game. It's an atmospheric first-person adventure where second-to-second survival hinges on responding to a monstrous, constantly shifting threat on a storm-blasted off-world colony. They show a glimpse of a settlement being ravaged by weather conditions, fine creatures, and a little bit of like the flow of combat in that thing. It is going to be on Xbox and on Xbox and available to the cloud. It will also be on the Xbox Play Anywhere title, and it will be on available Game Pass up day one. So that's pretty cool. Artificial Detective is another game they showed. It's a stylish post-apocalyptic adventure, and there's a thing as a robot detective tasked with cracking case, yet finding out why humanity has disappeared. One twist in the mystery is that a single child has been left behind, and the pair must work together to solve the case and save humanity. Looks really cool. It feels like a Shay game. Shay, I think this is something that you honestly might actually like. I know we talked about you loving detective games if you're around and you're listening retroactively. It's coming out next year. Console, I'll play anywhere. Pretty sure it's going to come to Game Pass as well. There's a deep dive that of the developers did put a dive online, going behind, giving some background into the game and some of their ideas behind the game. So you can get that online if you don't mind. Ascend to Zero is another game that was shown off, like action game, very animated. That comes out on July 13th, very soon. Game Pass. They showed off a Bluey game called Happy Snacks, little ones. That is coming out this fall. Dispatch is finally coming to Xbox. That's awesome. Dispatch is very good. If you like stuff like Telltale's The Walking Dead, or like any of the Telltale games, or like Life is Strange and like those story narrative games, you will love Dispatch. Dispatch is very good. Um, Essentially, you're playing as a man named Robert. He named Mecha Man. Fortunately, he happened. His suit gets destroyed, and he has to uh, be a dispatcher for a team of reformed villains turned and manage them as they fly across the city, tackling different. There's also an overall that's at play as well. Very good, very well written, a very great and amazing cast of voice actors, including Aaron Paul playing the main character Robert. Um, Jeffrey Wright's on cast of the game. It's very very well written. That's going to be the entire collection of episodes will be on Xbox this summer, so make sure you check that out. The Eternal Life of Goldman is a platformer that's coming. Your mission is to kill the deity, a mysterious, fierce that everyone knows about, but no one has ever seen. But with his trusty cane and a unique host of abilities, Goldman must vibrant landscape each area and level lovingly crafted and colored by hand using classic frame by frame technique. It was very interesting art style. I love when they do these handcrafted games where they were hand drawn. They like kind of like frame by frame, like an old school anime, like actual animation. That's really fucking. There's a demo out right now, so if you want to go check that out, there is a demo available coming out later on here. We've heard a lot about the Expanse. We know about this month. Expanse or Osiris Reborn. It showed off. It's a third person action RPG. Based off of James Corey's universe. It looks really good. It's been on radar for quite April 22nd. Um, Excuse me, a beta is coming on April 22nd, but the game release window is for spring. There's some stuff about the beta if you want to try to get into that. There's some beta online, so I'll post a link to at the end of this. Forever Go is a game where you play as a young man named Alfred on a journey to unlock memories of his life. We visit beautiful locations from Alfred's past, meet characters, and document his photographs in a single player road trip that's broken dreams, loss, and regret. But also, very if you like again, this is another one of those games that very much so very interactive, story based games that I think like Life is Strange and games of that vein probably enjoy. Um, that comes out this fall. Game Pass and Frog Squad is a squad spelled WA slapstick puzzle platformer. Explore the sewers and Swamp Key Sticky as a player sport. It's really fun. It's like a party game. Art fucking with party games, but it does come out. Also, will be seasons launching August 15th. Game cellmate right. While it's like everything fine, it's just be a demo for it coming. Hades 2 is finally coming. That will be 15th. Hunter, the Death Wish. Out to take down a dangerous vampire masquerading as law enforcement. But this game is supposed to be coming out next summer. You play anywhere title. USA, Dirty Fate. Another game. Powerful Force. I will track down the threat and save. Serious Sam game called Shadowverse. Stalker 2. Hope the summer break down on. We saw some more stuff from Stranger 7. Um, that game looks really. RGG is they make really good games. I've been very excited for this game. Currently on May 6th, they're going to do as deep diving deep game. Probably gonna give us a purple. That's really awesome. Super Meat Boy 3D. It's out. It's now. It's out now. It's right now. Right now, you can go play Super Meat Boy 3D right fucking now. It came out on 31st last week. If you look, Super Meat Boy has a very or I've yet to. If you love platformers, man, can't wait to. Haunted is a very popular free to play RPG action game. Wuthering Waves is that's kind of it. Um, not bad. Like I don't like nothing really particularly like overly wowed me during that thing, but I do like some of the games that I saw. But if that did not if that particular thing did not okay, make you feel happy, the news that short like a little later they revealed probably make you feel better because Xbox finally given us a date for their yearly showcase. They're very much ish showcase that they do every year. And even bigger news that came out of it is that right afterwards they're doing a Gears of War E-Day Direct. This is all happening on 7th Sunday as they have been doing. Um, it's the annual showcase. They have all types of games from it because this is 25 years Xbox year. They're bringing back FanFest tickets, or you pay for tickets to go. Will be happening directly after. Watch the thing and like if you want to get tickets to FanFest, so you can buy your thing live there at FanFest. It's a. I'm glad they bring it. Xbox is trying to reconnect directly with. It's been a very good year for them. With thing with right some things. It seems like very quickly. It seems very much so. Has a vision for trying very hard and very right the ship. They have been having some problems. I had to see that there seems to be movement. That's um. Now that we've gotten some good news out of the way, let's talk about some episode of GSR. If we don't talk about some type of layoffs or cuts or something, because that keeps fucking happening, I don't understand why. Well, no, we understand why. We've talked about this in nauseum 140 fucking times. Um, I'm not going to read these entire articles. I'm going to what I will do is I'm going to copy and paste each and every one of them and paste and paste them here into the chat. If you see fit, so and you will essentially take your time out and read them. I'll make sure that they're in the that I'll try to them in stuff in the rundown of the show as well. Um, but Epic laid off 1,000 people. Ubisoft announced 105 people from Red Storm Entertainment, essentially fucking also announcing they're ceasing game development at the studio. Um, Atlas Montreal has laid off 124 people. A new game apparently was reportedly canceled, and the fucking head of the studio fucking left. Um, I don't know what the fuck is happening. Um, every single week we are announcing more and more layoffs. And like the game industry is moving in a very weird place. Oddly enough, in a year where Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to come out and shit or whatever, I think that's gonna probably make things even worse. Because nothing worse can happen. We've seen a lot of layoffs happening this year, and they're all very unfortunate. And as per usual, I really do hope those people jobs work. But I think one of the things I keep looking at when I hear about these layoffs, I keep talking about fear of Grand Theft Auto 6 that's been approaching, and how much money has gone into that game. Think about how much, like, we billions of dollars, billion with a B. That's how much money that Grand Theft Auto 5 has made. They made $1 billion in the first 6 months of that game being live. Grand Theft Auto 5 might be, and I don't know, I would have to check. Actually, we can do it right. We'll do it live. We're here. Let's do. So on the list of best-selling video games all time, list best-selling video games, talking launch window. Launch window. Grand Theft Auto 5 is the second highest selling game. The only game that made more money in the history of video games than Grand Theft Auto 5 was fucking Minecraft, fucking Tetris. Yes, Minecraft and fucking Tetris. So, they made, in the launch window, they made $225 million first fucking month. And that's being generous. Now, add up the fact that that game came out in 2013 and how much fucking money that game has made. So now we're in this crazy situation where we now have literally possibly one of the greatest games, the best game that the Rockstar has ever made, hands down. And they're now trying to top that with a crazy fucking multi-million-dollar budget. It's fucking insane. Like, absolutely crazy how much fucking money they made and how much they spent on making this new game. So if this game comes out, and it's gonna make a fucking fuck ton of money, it's Grand Theft Auto. They're going to make a fuck ton of money. Hopefully it launches and they don't have any problems, especially with the online, like the like 5 initially did at launch. But like, if this game comes out, makes all this fucking money, and then they lay people off, I'm gonna be fucking livid. I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off. I'm not gonna hold you. It might be the angriest episode of this show that you ever get. like, I dead ass, like, I will lose my shit if that happens. These layoffs are fucking ridiculous, tiresome, and like, I don't know what needs to change. I'm not a business major. I don't understand all the trends and all that stuff. I'm just a dude who has a podcast microphone and a camera. But I think if something has to change. Something's wrong if we keep being laid off left and right like this. There's something wrong with the system. Something has to change. It's very disheartening to keep having to read to you guys about this. I'm tired of reading it. I genuinely really hope that something changes and talk about. Um, more bad news. Let's give you more bad news. How about that? Sony has announced that they're raising the price of the PS5, PS5 Pro, and Portal, and they blame continued pressures in the global economic landscape. Yeah, PlayStation raised the price of the PS5 again. I'm gonna run through the prices really quickly. This is a mostly American based audience here, so price. The PS5 the base PS5, the box I have sitting down here, has went up to $649.99. The digital version of the PS5 is now $599.99, and the PS5 Pro is now a staggering $899.99, $900. Um, and this is the price of a console that came out at $500. So since launch, the PS5 at base has increased by an entire $149.99. Um, and like I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. Wesley and Poole at IGN.com. Sony has announced price rises for PS5, PS5 Pro, and PlayStation Portal, blaming continued pressures in the global economic landscape. The price rises, which come into effect on April 2nd, were a necessary step to ensure we can continue delivering innovative, high-quality gaming experiences to players worldwide, according to Isabel Tomatis, Vice President of Global Marketing, Sony Interactive Entertainment. This is something that was posted on the PlayStation blog. Actually, in a minute, I'll post a link to the PlayStation blog article for you guys real quick. That it With continued pressures in the global economic landscape, we've made the decision to increase the prices of PS5, PS5 Pro, and PlayStation Portal remote player globally. We know that price changes impact our community, and after careful evaluation, we found this was a necessary step to ensure we can continue delivering innovative, high-quality gaming. They're blaming tariffs, the increased cost, the increasingly expensive cost of RAM because data centers are buying up all the fucking RAM, which is why us people with PCs are taking very extra special care of our PCs. Cost is getting high as fuck. This is by this time in a generation where we're already talking about the next consoles. Usually, the current generation we in gets the prices go down, and now we're seeing prices for the console rise. Xbox also did a raise in price. I believe the Switch. I believe the regular Switch and Switch, like the Switch One and the Switch Lite, those increase in price. The Switch 2 still is maintaining at 500 right now, but I can't see a universe where it stays that way. And I think because we're so early in the Switch 2's life cycle, that's part of the reason why I haven't we really haven't heard whispers of talk about a price hike, because it would be insane to do that, especially considering not everyone has the platform yet. But ooh, it's coming, I'm sure. Fuck. Like, this is, in this economy and the way things are going, man. Like, it feel like we can't fucking win. Every week there's something that affects us directly. For us who have this hobby, the prices of games constantly have risen. Consoles we are now getting more expensive. We're starting to get into um man, like I yeah. So if you didn't know, now you know. I'm sorry to deliver the bad news for you. The industry is in a very strange place between tariffs. From an economic standpoint, yes, tariffs are part of the blame, along with increased prices of RAM, because they are actively been working on it. And also on top of that, RAM, be able to have RAM ready presses. Um, so I get why this is happening, but I shouldn't be happening. And we know who to blame for why some of this is happening. But fuck, this is this is crazy. Um, let's move along. Let's talk about some safety. Let's give you some safety tips really quickly. Um, so the FBI has published an alert seeking victim information related to hackers. A hacker exploiting Valve's Steam platform to distribute malware to indie games. The FBI is investigating new malware threats circulating via PC games on Steam. The agency's Seattle division issued an alert and asked potential victims contact the office if you and or your minor dependents were victimized from installing one of these games or have information relevant to this investigation. Please fill out this form. It's the short form it says. The hacker mainly targeted Steam users between May of 2024 and January 2026. In the investigation, several games have been identified, including Block Blasters, Chemia, Dashverse /Dash FPS, Lampy, Lunara, Pirate Fi, and Toki Nova. An entire list of games. The list of games were previously found to contain malware, and in February 2025, the free play Pirate Fi launched in beta, but was actually designed to steal browser cookies and hijack users' accounts. July 2025, a cybersecurity vendor flagged an upcoming game, Chemia, for updating itself to deliver malware. Then in September, Block Blasters was released on Steam, but it was actually a Trojan that drained an estimated $150,000 in cryptocurrency from its victims. The FBI also appears to warn that a new title called Lampy that was previously unknown to host malware. Essentially, they warned about that title. It's currently free to play on Steam, but like the FBI, it's not clear if the FBI alert meant to flag this game or title with a similar name has already been removed. Um. So yeah. Be careful. If you're buying like smaller indie titles on Steam. I'm going to link the article to you guys right now here in the chat and stuff. But like, I don't want you to pick it up. Are living dangerous times. It's a dangerous time to be a gamer. Better news. Apparently, the Tomb Raider studio, Crystal Dynamics, is working on a new Lord of the Rings game. It's reported that this game is aiming to compete with Hogwarts Legacy, but there's no word on what that means. Crystal Dynamics is working on this game alongside the developer Revenge. Also reported that the Embracer-owned Kingdom Come Studio Warhorse is making a new Lord of the Rings game, which would be in addition to this other title. Spokesperson for Embracer declined to comment when approached by Insider Gaming. GameSpot has contacted the company as well. Embracer, if you guys didn't know, Embracer Group owns the rights for things. For that, the Lord boss over the card spoke about how he wants there to be a renaissance. We have not had a good one since the Shadow. And those those Shadow War Shadow those Shadow games were really. I would be down for a new Lord of the Rings game, especially if those come delivered as are behind it. That game seems cool. I've not played it. I've only. I think it's on. I think it's on Game Pass right now. If it is, I'm going to go ahead and check that. Game seems. Last but not least, final but Not Dead. State of Decay 3 is not light. Um, It has a alpha playtest. In the YouTube video. Said, listen, I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you, but I can say that it will feature 4-player co-op, base building, and scavenging supplies in the middle of a zombie outbreak. So grab your ruck, pack some mags, and head on over, including alpha. Now, if you guys don't know, this game was announced back at Xbox. Me and Raina were very excited because I think around that time I just got her into State of Decay. I mean, no, I showed her State of Decay 1, and then I got her into playing State of Decay 2. Just got announced. We were very excited for it, and the delay and not hearing. Fuck, like, actually gonna come out because especially with all everything being canceled and shit lately. Um, I'm happy that game. I did sign up for the alpha today. I actually sorry. I'm gonna give you guys this link here in the chat. If you go get in there, sign up. Link at the bottom of that page that redirects you to playtest. Sign up for that thing, man. The game is gonna be. That's it. That's it for the news for today. Really quickly. Grace me with your presence. Let's talk about some. Trying to post. Let me post. Actually, I know. Right now, if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber or an active subscriber, um, you, my friend, and claim following now, Freeski, if you would like to. That's PGS Tour 22K25 for the PS5. On a Rise, both the PS4 and PS5 version. Slime Rancher 2, 5 version. Um, and the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road collection, which is pretty much like almost all the ESO online fucking DLC shit, the whole thing bundled together. This is the last time, your last chance to claim those 4 games. Tuesday, a new set of games will take the wheel. Those games are Lords of the Fallen for the PS5, really good game. Tomb Raider 1 through 3 versions of came out or 2 ago. PS4 and Sword Art Online. Really fucking fun. The game I want. Yeah, that's going to be the new games April. And the other games, if you have ready stuff ready to play all those games. Um, Xbox anyone? So I know it's been a couple of days and weeks last time we were here and rollout of Game Pass. But Wave 2 Gabby's Dollhouse, Ready to Party for cloud console. South of Midnight is now included for cloud console, handheld, and PC for premium tiered subscribers. South of Midnight, which is The Altars, another really good game, now is available premium tier. Cloud so Elysium is available for cloud console. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, cloud console, handheld, and PC. Absalom, Nova Roma, a game that is in game preview, is available for PC only, but it is a Xbox Day One game. Long Dark, which is a really good survival game, it is available. Resident Evil that saved Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, available right now on cloud console. Barbie Horse Trails, those of you who have a little princess, or maybe you are the princess. You are the princess. Maybe I'm the princess. Barbie Horse Trails, available via handheld and PC. If you have been waiting, if you're on premium tier and you've been waiting to play Clair Obscur, now is the time. You can do it now. It is now available through the premium tier. That's cloud, console, handheld, and 7th. This week, Final Fantasy VI will be available to play. That's cloud, console, and PC. Check those games out. That is a very good list. There's some bangers on, actually. And now is my favorite part of the show, where I get to sit here and tell you guys what you should spend your money on. The games you're playing right now. See, I have some games you should play right now. Get your wallets out, cards, information in your screens. Because I got some games that you should get up and buy. I want you all to play those games right now. I want you to get your wallet out. I want you to go ahead and take your cards, swipe the cards, swipe your cards, spend money on all of these games I told you just about. Because I want you to have a lot of fun. So why don't you all just buy these games right now? Ah! Okay. I've been waiting for 3 weeks to sing that song and shit. I missed you guys. 3 games that you guys should be playing right now is we got some bangers. I mentioned that early at the beginning of the show. This is a game that I started playing the other day. Finally, a Persona 3 Reload. If you've heard me talk about Persona on this show, you know that I love Persona 5. I love Persona 5. I love Persona 5. As someone who's never beaten a Persona game before, I love Persona 5. Heard a lot of good shit about 3. And we're playing 3 Reload right now. I believe it's on sale. It's on sale. I think either on PlayStation or Xbox, it's on sale right now. I know that to be probably Xbox. I know they have this. No, I think it's on sale on both PlayStation and Xbox. It's available for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. Persona 5 Reload, remake of Persona. I'm sorry, Persona 3 Reload, remake of Persona 3. Go buy that game right now. It's a turn-based RPG, so if that's not your thing, feel bad, because I think it's a really good story. I don't think you would have fun with. Persona games are very unique games, where the gameplay loop of those things are. This is a game that I've not played, but I've seen a lot of people play it, and Raina has a lot of it. Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb has been out for quite some time. Like game. It is a sheep. The lamb died or something, right? Raina. The lamb died and then like made a deal with like a demon or some shit, right? Yeah, the lamb. So you play this lamb. This lamb. The lamb like dies, gets brought back after being making a deal with like a demon or some shit. I haven't played the game. Like I said, I'm like I get. She's playing the game right now. She confirmed what I'm saying. Um, and essentially you have to essentially like make a cult and like get followers, sacrifice said followers to said demon thing or whatever. It's cool. I have not played any of it. I really want to. It's game. I think it's a perfect Switch game. If you have a Switch, I think it's a perfect Switch. PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, Switch, and if you have a mobile device, iOS. Um, go buy that right now. It's not a lot of money. And the last game is a game that's older than both of those games. But I was thinking about it because Devil May Cry Season 2 on Netflix is about to come and grace us with its presence. And I was thinking about the critically acclaimed DMC Devil May Cry. Now, I know some of you niggas in the fandom don't like that game. And all the reasons why y'all don't like that game have to do with the story. But I like the idea of there being a different Devil May Cry universe. And I'm here for the Devil May Cry multiverse, where the story's the same, but it's kind of different. Like I liked that world in that game. I think the combat in that game was very cool and very fluid. Um, I really liked that game. DMC Devil May Cry, and this is not the original Devil May Cry. This is the Ninja Theory developed one. Oh, this by Cat. DMC Devil May Cry is available. It's an old generation game. You can play it pretty much on anything going PS3. If you want to play it on something modern, you can play it on the PS5, Xbox, and PC. I think it's on the Switch as well. Don't quote me. But yeah, that's a list of video games that you can play right now. Um, we're almost done. I started early today. I kind of wanted to get do the show and get things kind of. Tomorrow's gonna be a busy day, I think. Um, but before we wrap all this up, time for that part of the show where we sit down to have a conversation. It is the last segment of the show. It is topic. Right. There's been a lot of conversation surrounding Marathon and Arc Raiders lately. Both games have become the center of yet another ongoing battle against internet dweebs who seem to care more about pushing their own agendas than actually seeing whether the game is good or not. Arc Raiders, released on October 30th of last year, became very popular upon release. It was a pleasant surprise at the end of the year for many of us, and for many of us, it became an addiction. I know it did for me. The world was interesting, the gameplay loop felt fresh, and it gave players something new to sink their teeth into. But as time passed, cracks have started to show. The lack of meaningful endgame, uninteresting quests, and progression that hasn't felt particularly rewarding after multiple reset windows have left fans wanting more. Yes, the game has received updates, developer have been working, but nothing has really set the world on fire. Nothing has reignited that same spark that we felt at launch. And that doesn't make Arc Raiders a bad game, not even close. It just means the developers now face the challenge every live service game eventually runs into, keeping players interested and invested in the world they created. because once the honeymoon phase ends, you either evolve or the players start drifting away. On the other hand, we have Marathon, a game that launched on March 5th, and at least right now, feels unlike anything else in the extraction shooter space. The quests are varied, the AI enemies are relentless in a way that feels genuinely threatening, and the world itself is filled with mysteries and secrets that reward curiosity. It's quickly become my new favorite game. Cryo Archive, the endgame zone, provides a level of challenge I haven't felt since the earliest days of Destiny raids. It demands coordination, it demands awareness, it demands skill. Ceiling is high, and I can absolutely see more casual players bouncing off of it and returning to Arc Raiders because of that. But Bungie has crafted something that they desperately needed: a hit. Something that challenges players and gives them a reason to keep coming back. Both games have strengths, both games have weaknesses. Marathon's skill ceiling might turn off players who don't want to commit to learning its systems. Arc Raiders, on the other hand, has started to feel stale for parts of the player base due to limited progression changes and a lack of meaningful endgame content. And the developers of both games are actively working to improve those experiences. That's the natural cycle of games like this. But none of that is actually the point of this conversation. Because once again, a group of losers on the internet has decided to turn this into a versus battle that nobody asked for. People pushing their own agendas, spreading opinions about games they haven't played, games they never intended to play. I saw a TikTok recently that said gamers are the only group of people you have to convince to engage in the hobby they chose. And honestly, that shit is true. We've entertained an era where people would rather listen to bot accounts farming engagement on Twitter than actually trying something for themselves. They'll repeat talking pokes, they'll echo negativity, they'll jump on bandwagons, all without ever touching the game. It's fucking exhausting. Seeing how many people lack the ability or maybe even the willingness to form their own opinions is frustrating as hell. The modern game discourse is garbage. People lack empathy, they lack nuance, they lack critical thinking. Instead, they spend their time slinging slurs in Call of Duty lobbies and shitposting online for cheap laughs. And let's be real, the jokes were never fucking funny. You're not edgy, you're not clever, you're just exposing how awful some of you motherfuckers actually are. Arc Raiders and Marathon are both good games, despite what faceless anime profile picture number 17 tells you. You can absolutely play both. You can enjoy both. You can criticize both. Real gamers try things for themselves. They engage in conversations. They explain what works and what doesn't. They don't just scream into the void and call it a discussion. Because what we're seeing right now isn't a conversation. It's just noise. It's people arguing for the sake of arguing. And when they can't make a real point, they reveal who they actually are. Horrible fucking people. So stop going back and forth with them. You're just fueling the fire. Eventually they'll move on when they realize you're not giving them the attention their parents clearly never gave them. We can be better. That doesn't mean we have to engage with every ignorant take that floats across our timelines. So play both games. Play the one that gravitates towards you. Form your own opinions. Have actual conversations. And if that's too much to ask, please just shut the fuck up. Huh. That's my time. Hope you guys were listening. I hope you were listening. Said a lot. And every word of it. I apologize once again for being so inconsistent with these shows, man. We've been all over the fucking place, but I try to keep up with it, stay consistent, and keep giving you all these hot takes, steaming hot takes every week. Hope y'all here for them. That's it. That's been the end. Thank y'all for coming and checking it out. This has been GameStar Radio for April 5th, 2026. Happy birthday to my boy Rob. I appreciate all y'all. Until we meet again, game over. I'll catch y'all next time. Goodbye.